The Wandering Trader, it's kind of insane now. How you doing, everybody? It's me, Waddles, and welcome back to the Everything series. In honor of the Wandering Trader's spicy, amazing, brand new updates, today we'll be deep diving into this buddy. We'll talk about all the brand new updates, some of the best trades, some cool secret uses, and even more. Not gonna lie, besties, it was actually a little bit difficult to cook up ideas for the Everything series when it comes to the spring drop update, so if there's another topic you'd like to see me cover, call it down below. Absolutely annihilate that like button for me, laddies, and let's go. Ah, yes, the Wanderer. Briefly, our story sends us all the way back in time to the Village and Pillage era of Minecraft. That's when the Wanderer first popped up. As one would logically be able to deduct from that era, if you weren't around, it was all about the villagers. The Wandering Trader, inspired by traveling merchants from other RPG games, was dropped into this update in order to make it easier to get your hands on things and, of course, add a little bit of spice and life all around your world. Biologically speaking, the Wandering Trader, with its large nose and the sounds that it makes, and I suppose culture of salesperson-like behaviors, well, the Wandering Trader is sort of like a villager, except at the same time, totally not at all. Wandering Trader spawning in your world. While it's not limited to spawning inside of villages, the spawning does have some other limitations that we'll dive into in just a little bit. You hang tight. But just because the Wandering Trader doesn't spawn at villages and isn't limited to these things, doesn't mean it lives a lonely life. Because every single time the Wandering Trader spawns in your world, every time it happens, this big nose, cool fitted up dude here with the... What are those? Every time it happens, the Wandering Trader will spawn with 2 Trader Llamas as well. Now, for the most part, the Trader Llama is essentially your plain old same old llama, but there are some different quirks to this guy too. Members Club, you know how it goes. Every single time there's an Everything series episode nowadays, there's a world download. For today's spring drop deep dive into the Wandering Trader, there is a brand new world download of this small, simple little Wandering Trader setup world that I set up for us. If you feel so empowered, tap that join button for a little bit more information. Downloads on that community tab. Oh, and by the way, though this video was filmed on Minecraft Java, great news! The Wandering Trader is in perfect parity, for the most part, on both Java and Bedrock. Wandering Trader spawning. It's a little bit weird, it's got some quirks to it, but assuming a normal survival setting on both Minecraft Java and Bedrock, a setting in which game rules are at their default vanilla setting, more specifically the Dude Trader spawning game rule, this thing is set to true. Assuming you haven't completely disabled the Wandering Trader spawning or anything like that, when you create a world or you update it from an older version, free 1.14, a counter counting all the way up to 24,000 ticks or 20 in real life minutes immediately kicks off. With the vanilla Minecraft tick rate, every single minute 1,200 ticks are taken off of that counter. As soon as that counter reaches ground zero, it will then be possible for the Wandering Trader to spawn with its 2 llama friends inside of your world. That all amounts to no Wandering Traders popping up inside of your world for the first 20 minutes. But mob spawning in Minecraft, I mean, there's a little bit more to it. When is it ever straightforward? The Wandering Trader is not guaranteed to spawn after 20 minutes. Instead, it's more of a, well, it potentially could spawn after 20 minutes. I'm not trying to slaughter him, I want to get it right here, so highlighted from the Minecraft wiki are all of the specific detailed spawning mechanics for both versions. When a Wandering Trader and its 2 llamas spawn inside of your world, it will always prefer spawning near a player. So, for example, let's say this little beachy area over here was my base, and I were in my world for over 20 minutes, walking around, breaking grass blocks, doing whatever. Well, as long as I was hanging around up here on the surface, eventually the trader would be able to spawn, and when it did spawn, it will always spawn within a couple of chunks of me. Throwing it back over to Judy, the Minecraft wiki, for those technical, juicy details on where the Wandering Trader will specifically be placed, long story short, always within 48-ish blocks of the player. But when it comes to our dear friend spawning mechanics, we do have a little catch here. The Wandering Trader actually prefers bells. This little mechanic pulls from the Wandering Trader's native species, wherein villagers also like to gather around and sort of prefer bells. If you have a bell within 48 blocks of yourself, when a Wandering Trader attempts to spawn, if that bell is within 48 blocks, well, instead of spawning at a random location, say maybe over there next to those sheep, the trader should spawn near the bell instead. This mechanic maybe could be stretched out once every 20 minutes to create a Wandering Trader farm, or I suppose foolproof your base a little bit and get the annoying lad out of your face. Speaking of farms though, if you wanted to farm this guy, because of its spawning mechanics, I mean, it's going to be one of the slowest and most pointless farms in the world. The Wandering Trader has no drops for the most part at all. The Wandering Trader also spawns slow. Once that counter that we talked about earlier runs out, for the sake of example, let's say our spawn test had passed when traders spawn, well then traders are on a little bit of a cooldown. Another one will not spawn immediately. Though there could technically be a limitless amount of Wandering Traders inside of your world, the mechanics tied to the Wandering Trader spawning make that reality a little bit unlikely. So when it comes to Wandering Trader spawning mechanics, we've got the timers, we've got the fact that it likes to spawn somewhere near a player. We also have the fact that the Wandering Trader will only spawn on the surface of your world. When searching for a valid spawning location, the Wandering Trader looks for a spawn location with no blocks above it. On Minecraft Java specifically, the trader will always try and spawn at the highest Y level for blocks on a specific block. That means, for example, let's say the Wandering Trader wanted to spawn on this specific block for whatever reason. Well, seeing as I have some blocks placed up here higher than that specific location, the Wandering Trader should, in theory, end up spawning all the way up here instead of down there on the ground. Like every other Minecraft mob, the Wandering Trader also has a bounding box, and for this guy to be able to spawn, well, it'll need to have at least a 1 block space that is 2 blocks tall in order for it to be able to spawn. Sad news, Wandering Traders, unfortunately, they're not forever. The Wandering Trader might be the only Minecraft mob with a proper lifespan. After the Wandering Trader has spawned inside of your world, it has a total of 40 minutes maximum to be alive, persisting inside of this place. We can actually extend the Wandering Trader's lifespan by keeping the trading UI open. While the trading UI of the Wandering Trader is open, its lifespan counter is not decreased at all. But after 48,000 ticks or 40 minutes in game, 2 full Minecraft days, day and night, the Wandering Trader will straight up despawn. Name tags, both tricks, it doesn't matter. It won't work, it's gone. But the Trader Llamas, well. So, statistically speaking here, the Trader Llama is technically not really any better than a random llama that you can find inside of the world. Aesthetically speaking, though, the Trader Llama, oh, that's on a completely different level. If you want to keep this thing in your world forever, well, you can. And my dear besties, it's time for a little bit of roleplay. Let's say I were inside of my survival world, and inside of that survival world, a 100% vanilla survival setting. Wandering Trader spawn with 2 Trader Llamas. Now, in that survival setting, when the Wandering Trader spawns, the Trader Llamas will actually have leads attached to them. While the Wandering Trader is attached by lead to the Wandering Llamas, the Wandering Llamas actually belong to the Wandering Trader. If you want to keep the Wandering Trader Llama inside of your world, first things first, you need to cut this buddy off. Now, in a survival setting, cutting the Wandering Trader off from the Trader Llamas is not that hard. One of the easiest ways to... Whoops, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. Don't know how I didn't say by now, but yeah, the llamas are like the bodyguards. Anyways, it kind of happened on its own here. The Wandering Trader has a mind of its own. If it wanders too far away from its Trader Llamas, the lead will immediately break. The easiest way to pull this little trick off here is... well, it's kind of simple if you're quick. Somehow here, you're going to want to try and get the Wandering Trader to stop moving around. Very carefully, put the llama inside of a hole. Make sure that hole is too deep. Then you can go ahead and just kind of nudge the Wandering Trader or let it wander until eventually the lead breaks. Inevitably, it will when it gets too far. Then you're pretty much golden. After you've pulled all of that off, it's so simple. From this point on, all you need to do is tame the llama. In order to tame a llama, if you didn't know, all you need to do is jump on the lava, give it a little bit of time, it will wander around, kind of has a mind of its own, it'll kick you off. This is exactly like horse taming. Very fun, interactive. Eventually, the llama will love you, and once it loves you, you've tamed it. You can access its inventory, equip it with a carpet, but more importantly, the tamed llama will never despawn. Oh, and by the way, if you were curious about these Trader Llamas, once you tame them, if I equip it with carpet, well, the carpet that you put inside of the llama will completely override the Trader Llama's original outfit. But don't worry, the original fit, it's just stored away. And if you jump back on the llama and pull the carpet off, the sweet Trader drip will come right back. Trading. The Wandering Trader, like its full government-issued name may suggest, is a trader at heart. It wants to sell you things. But nowadays, modern era, not just sell, buy too. Every single time when the Wandering Trader births its way into your world, this guy will have a set amount of 7 trades. However, these trades will be different every single time. In the modern era, the Wandering Trader will also be able to buy 2 different things from you as well. 2 times. Yeah, so check this out. Wandering Trader right here, spawn in my world. I can walk up to this buddy, say maybe baked potatoes. I've got a lot of extra baked potatoes. I can go ahead and do 1 sale, 2 sale, and then that trade is live. Same exact thing is going to happen with this fermented spider eye. I mean, right here, this is a whole lot more profitable of a sale right there, but go ahead and sell the fermented spider eye 2 times over, and now I've made a total of 8 emeralds profit from the Wandering Trader. After that, young entrepreneur or something, maybe I could go ahead and fully reinvest in the business. These Wandering Trader trades right here, the buys every single time, they are locked at 2 buys per trade. Now the sales here, they're going to be a little bit different, with some trades locking after 1 trade, meanwhile other ones being able to be traded and acquired a couple of more times. One extra little caveat to trader spawning on Minecraft Bedrock Edition: if you're able to lock every single trade, like you fully bought this guy's stock out, it will actually despawn a little bit quicker as well. But randomized every single time. So this Wandering Trader is selling me like Invisibility Potion and Pale Log is pretty cool. This Wandering Trader right here, guarantee it. It wants to buy maybe a similar thing, but these sales are entirely different. The trading table possible loot is pretty massive. So inside of my humble little world right here, I've gone ahead and set out every single item and block in the entire game that the Wandering Trader will be able to sell you as of Minecraft to Java 1.21.5, Bedrock 1.21.70. All of these things that you are looking at right here are all the possible things that the Wandering Salesman may be able to salesman to you. As you can see here, there's a pretty common theme with the plants from all over your world. For example, every sapling is available through the Wandering Trader. You also have a ton of different log types. As long as it's from the overworld, it's all the game. You've got some other useful things. Maybe you need pointed dripstone, terrified of caves, not a bad idea. Seeds, dyes, kind of pointless. And yeah, you've even got some of the newer plants in the game obtainable through the Wandering Trader as well. This little chart right here, courtesy of none other than Mojang HQ, I think it's just about right. It's kind of interesting. There are some missing trades on the chart. For example, as we saw from one of our Wandering Trader subjects, Invisibility Potion. But yeah, the chart covers it decently well as well. That chart also covers all of our potential buys from the Wandering Trader as well. Hay bales, water bottle, water bucket, milk bucket, fermented spider eye, and baked potatoes. Devs were sneaky with this one. If you think about it lore-wise, the trader only wants to buy things that it actually uses. Fermented spider eyes for the potions, milk to become uninvisible, hay bales for food, baked potatoes for food. You know, it's pretty cool. The Wandering Trader trading mechanic is relatively straightforward and, not gonna lie, a decent way to be able to obtain a bunch of different things if you're like, say, not trying to go too far from home inside of your world. Only problem here is with this massive loot table, if you're looking for like 1-2 specific things, you might have to wait for quite a bit of time. So I tried to separate this video out into different sections. This section, I guess we're going to call it Some More Cool Things Go. Interestingly, at midnight, or just nighttime in general, the Wandering Trader pops out an invisibility potion and becomes 100% invisible. Now, it's kind of funny. This is a little nod to the Wandering Trader's, like, lore, mechanics, if you will. The trader here, being from the villager subspecies, it knows the zombies and other baddies do not like it. So the trader will try and just drink an invisibility potion and clearly, as you can see briefly there, run away quickly from all the zombies. It doesn't like zombies at all, pillagers as well. And yeah, just basically tries to become invisible. This invisibility will last all nighttime long. Sorry, it's an immersion breaker here, but the invisibility potion, it only lasts up to 8 minutes, and nighttime somehow lasts up to 10 minutes. So the Wandering Trader has an illegal potion. At the end of a nighttime, like once it becomes morning, the Wandering Trader will pull out a milk bucket from its invisible inventory and drink it, getting rid of the invisibility. On Bedrock Edition, the mechanics are slightly different. If the Wandering Trader is just merely hit with a magic attack, let's say maybe from a witch or something, if the Wandering Trader is hit with a magic attack, it will want to preserve itself sometimes and drink invisibility, even during the day. The Wandering Trader, when it spawns, assuming it's not being, say, chased out of the area or something like that, well, it will not wander very far. There's no set statistical limit as to how far the Wandering Trader can properly wander, but due to its pathfinding, its AI, it doesn't really go very far. This next one here sort of starts to dive into llama mechanics a little bit more, so not too much in depth on it here, but the llama, because of their whole behavior to kind of caravan and walk in lines, groups together, the Wandering Trader, if it ends up spawning inside of a biome in which llamas exist, it can kind of begin to form a gigantic posse of a bunch of llamas, with the trader wandering around having the trader llamas attached to leads, and then the other llamas catching on and saying, hey, you know what, I want to join in too. If given enough time, the trader and all of the llamas can kind of caravan and band together. It's actually kind of a funny sight. And last but not least, for our random section, you've seen it throughout the video, but this brand new beautiful spawn egg for both the trader and the llama. Oh my gosh, I mean, all of these new spawn eggs are beautiful, but especially so with these ones. Love that big nose, and the headband right there, that is sick drip. A little fun fact, the Wandering Trader is the only source of renewable small dripstone, sand, red sand, and coral blocks in the entire game. So, that brings us to our best practices for the Wandering Trader. The best uses for this buddy, of course, a little bit of trade. If you are in a position in your world in which you would like to take advantage of the Wandering Trader, like the most amount possible here, then it might not be a bad idea to set up some sort of farm in which you will be able to obtain all of these different things relatively easily. Now, the farm for the water, that's pretty straightforward. It's just a water source, milk, that's a cow farm, spider eye from maybe your spider XP farm, and then a hay bale, baked potatoes. I mean, that's a simple crop farm. So great news. All of these things are really, really easy to farm. Now you have a farm set up and ready to go for all of those things. So that way, when the Wandering Trader pops up over at your base in this new era, you could say, oh, you want baked potatoes? Wait right there, fine sir. Run over to the baked potato chest, grab your potatoes, sell the potatoes to the trader. Go ahead and do the same thing with the hay bales. You, fine sir, will go ahead and trade with you 2 times, and now I have myself a little bit of money. Now, if I were at a spot in my world where I kind of already have maybe all of the saplings and whatever, then maybe it's not a bad idea to take this money, reinvest it immediately, and get yourself half a stack of logs for literally no effort at all. Of course, here though, it's a no-brainer if you need something like, let's say, the pale sapling, or like literally anything else this guy is selling melon seeds. Well, thankfully, with this new being able to like buy things, the saplings are always going to be 5 emeralds, but something like a melon seed, that's always going to be 1 emerald. Really, really cheap. If you are in need of a sapling and you don't really have a great way to get a bunch of emeralds, well then use the Wandering Trader, and unfortunately you're going to have to probably take this one a couple of rounds over here, but use the Wandering Trader. If you're lucky, you get this fermented spider eye buy right here. That's a lot of money. You could get a sapling right off the bat, but otherwise, sell the Wandering Trader, the most basic of things. Let the trader despawn. Next time a new trader cycles around, and to now, because you're beginning to save your money, pile it up, hopefully you'll be able to buy something a little bit more useful. I hate to say it though, maybe even a better use for the Wandering Trader, leads. The Wandering Trader is maybe the best lead farm into the entire game. We talked about it before. Put the llamas in a hole. Put the llamas in a hole or take the Wandering Trader out, which by the way, no experience or drops, but if the Wandering Trader is gone, the leads, they have to go somewhere. They'll pop off on the ground. Ain't look, I would never recommend it, but the llamas, well, you know, the llamas have a normal llama drop table, so, you know, there's a little bit of leather, maybe. I'm not saying there is, but there definitely isn't not leather. You could also, if you were particularly cruel, use the Wandering Trader as a potion farm as well. In the dead of night, when the Wandering Trader pulls out its potion, do the trick. At nighttime, when things roll over to the night, if you felt like drinking a potion, come on. Well, look here, sneaky little mechanic. If there's something in the Wandering Trader's hands and you take it out, well, you're not guaranteed to get it, but you do have, at maximum, almost a 12% chance to get whatever the Wandering Trader is holding when you remove it. The Wandering Trader, Minecraft's most wandering, beautiful, maybe, salesman. When it comes to everything you've got to know about this guy for the new update, that just about does it. If I missed something, call it down below. You know something else, tell me about it down below. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, he was a little bit tricky to come up with ideas for the Everything series in regards to this update. So if there's something you'd like to see, also tell me about that. Smash that like button, channel members, world download, check it out. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been me, Waddles. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.